Hi, good morning. My name is Craig Barnett. I'm the Executive Director of the ACHA. Today is Monday, April 12th, and I'm happy to say, on behalf of the Board of Directors and myself, that welcome to Championship Week of the ACHA. It's been a while since we've had a chance to communicate or talk to each other as a group. Spent a lot of time over the last 4 or 5 months reaching out to individuals and to conferences and to commissioners and so forth. But 3 months ago, 2 months ago, who would have ever thought that we'd be sitting here in a situation on Monday, April 12th to say, this is a championship week. Starting this Thursday, we are so fortunate to have 4 of our 5 divisions having a national championship this year. It's certainly been a difficult season for all of us, from our staff to our coaches to our schools to our student athletes. But we're very fortunate with a lot of hard work to be in this position, to watch some hockey, to hopefully crown some national champions next Tuesday and next Wednesday. I'd like to thank a few people first, if I could. First of all, the staff that we have at the ACHA have done so much work this year during difficult times, as we all have. Dave Kurtz, from a hockey operations standpoint, our commissioners, Brian Moran, John Eccles, Derek Connor, Molly Mahoney, and Taylor Hadley. I mean, just a fantastic job working with your group, with your conference, with your teams. A lot of monitoring this season. You know, who might play in the fall, who can't play in the fall, what information do they need to make decisions. Moving forward right into the springtime, you know, who was able to compete, what information the colleges need, who's in, who's out, who's maybe. It was quite a season. We're still doing it right now with the teams that have qualified for the national championships. But it's certainly been a trying year for us, and we're just so grateful to have this opportunity for a good handful of teams this week for the national tournament. Regarding national tournaments, as you know, we are having individual national tournaments this year to obviously be in the best position as we can with COVID to be able to have this event and these opportunities for our student athletes. So, with our hosts for this coming week, I just thank you so much for all your planning, for all the hard work that you are doing. Men's Division One at Maryville University, with their athletic department, their staff, their leadership team in the St. Louis area. Men's Division Two up in Mandan and in Bismarck, North Dakota, being hosted by University of Mary. Just a fantastic group up there that very excited about hosting 16 teams there this coming week. So thank you for all the work that you guys have been doing up there. Men's Division Three in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'd like to thank the MCHC with their conference and their leadership team to take the ball here and be in a position for us to have an M3 national tournament. The Patterson Ice Arena in Grand Rapids, Kevin Wood and his staff. Just thank you for being prepared and all the hard work that you guys are doing. And then, of course, Women's Division One up in Minot, North Dakota. Our hosts visit Minot and Minot State University with their leadership teams and so forth. It's just been fantastic. Very excited to be in these 4 locations this year. I think we can all agree in the hockey world that they are hockey communities. They're very excited about hosting college hockey national tournaments, and it should just be a great championship here week for us that wraps up the middle of next week. The planning, the adjustments that we've been doing, working with our hosts and working with our teams and our staff, the COVID mitigation plans, working with local and regional healthcare providers. It's been a grind, but again, nothing worthwhile comes from an easy task. And the players and the student athletes certainly know that with all their hard work and all the people involved in the ACHA national tournaments for this year. Know that same feeling. I'd like to thank our colleges, our universities that we have as members of the ACHA. Your leadership teams, your sports directors, your athletic directors have done everything they can to find ways to allow teams to be successful. one of the very important things I'd like us to all remember is that, not all of us have had a chance to compete this year. In fact, we have just over 100 teams that competed this spring semester of 500 plus teams that consist of our membership. So we have an awful lot of student athletes and coaches that worked very hard this past summer and the fall, to be prepared for a hockey season that unfortunately have not been able to compete this year. And we are not forgetting you guys and girls. It's the commitment was there from you. You were persevering. You were hoping. You were doing everything you could. And circumstances based on locations, based on your school policies and state regulations, unfortunately, did not happen for you this year. So we will be thinking of you during the championship week. We hope that you cheer on teams within your division. We look at women's division 2 that just never had enough teams to justify having a national tournament this year, and that's a shame. We have a lot of great hockey players, student athletes, and coaches and schools that are been ACHA members for a long time that will not be able to participate this week. But we are remembering all of you. The schools that are able to compete this spring and the schools that have qualified for the national tournament here will be playing for all of us and enjoying a great experience. So I just wanted to reemphasize that we are a membership of 500 teams. We go into the championship week this week, knowing and representing all 500 of our members. I think the coaches that have qualified for the national tournament have done an incredible job with your student athletes, keeping them focused, keeping them prepared, more importantly, keeping them safe. And being able to be on the ice and practice and compete this year and then qualify for a national tournament, which you're still committed to and making sacrifices every day and night right now to ensure we have a great event this week. So hats off to the coaches. Oh yeah, you're supposed to be recruiting too for next year at this time with everything else going on. So I'm sure it's been a grind. I hope it's going to be a very rewarding experience for you this week at your various locations that you will be at. For our student athletes, it's absolutely a humbled experience I have working for you. What you have been able to accomplish during a season like this with the pandemic is incredible. Not only are you student athletes, but what you've had to go through. We have places in this country in North America, obviously, we can't even travel to. You've family and friends that you haven't seen for a long time. Not only that, but you've been given the opportunity to be on the ice and to compete. Yet at the same time, you've been able to academically be successful on campus or virtually, which a lot of you have not done until this year as well. So everything that you've been through, the perseverance, the commitment, the passion for hockey, and that's why you're still doing it right now. Hats off to you student athletes that have gone through such a difficult season and have still been able to compete and qualify for the national tournament. So it's just an incredible display of the passion for our sport of hockey, but the commitment level of our student athletes, who many of you are leaders on your team, your non-NCAA teams, your presidents, your secretaries, and so forth. You're doing above and beyond just being a hockey player, and that's very special. So thank you for your commitment to this. Please stay committed. Please stay focused. We're at that 2-3 yard line right now. You got travel coming up this week. Stay up on your classes, your academics. Stay safe. Wear the mask. Do everything you can to persevere and be able to compete once you arrive at your destination this week. It's certainly been a different world. It's going to be a different national tournament for us. We'd like to all be together at one location. But we are at separate locations. We're doing everything we can to put on a great event for you. All the games will be broadcast live with Hockey TV. We're excited about that. But please stay the course. And more importantly, please enjoy the experience this week. Thank you so much for everybody I mentioned in this little broadcast here. I just think it's very important that a lot of people get some recognition of the hard work they've done all year. And more importantly, I want to wish our student athletes and our coaches all the best playing for a national championship this week during a pandemic. Is hats off to you. And I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.